Well, hello there. I am the Pumpkin Man. Well, I was the Pumpkin Man. I am Huskiesghost, and why am I holding the pumpkin, you're asking? Well, it's that time again. Even the dogs over there know it. It is Halloween. And what better way to celebrate Halloween than to kind of spook yourselves with everyday Halloween activity? Go to haunted houses, go trick-or-treating, get your candy, get your cavities. I do not recommend that because dentists will be after me and that will not be a pretty sight. But there's other ways to celebrate as well. So, what other ways? Well, you could watch scary movies all day. That's what I'll be doing. Or you could be playing scary games all day. Again, that's what I'll be doing. Or you could read scary stories, which is again something I do. But I'm going to go ahead and take the time off just for a little bit to stay right here at Playing Dark. And it's something I don't normally do because, well, that's pretty obvious. Now I'm going to go ahead and do something a little different from what I did previously. Previous Halloween moment was urban legends, and the moment before that was scary moments in video games. Well, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead to creepy music moments found in video games. Now this list will go on with games that do not relate to horror, or some will. But why music, some of you may be asking? Well, music, when it comes to horror, is the key element to feel fearful. It's the one thing that developers and directors want you to feel, but you cannot really be satisfied for that feeling without that music. And here is my top 10 personal, so if you don't agree with it, let me know. You know, I like to hear your thoughts. But my personal top 10 list of very unsettling music. So let's go to number 10. Up there in space, you are just a normal human being out there just being, I guess, a janitor, some of you can say, or a technician, some kind of technical support guy. And then one time you go to a spaceship and it's filled with nothing but mutated people, monsters out there to get ya. Well, this is the game I'm talking about, Dead Space. Of course, the first one. Before you start the game, it does give you a little demo video, and the song that plays is Twinkle Little Star. Now, some of you may be wondering, hey, you know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, that can't be so bad. No, but it's this version of Twinkle Little Star that makes the game very unsettling and just lets you know what you're in for. Take a listen.
Like a diamond in the sky, when the blazing sun is gone, when the nothing shines upon, then you show your little light.
So for number 9, is a video game that we all know and love. It's a game that you pick up and play, you think nothing bad will ever happen to it. And you know what? 99% of the time, you're right. But of course, it does have those little moments, and this channel does have a reputation of covering some moments of Animal Crossing. Of course, specifically as some of the songs that KK Slider is known for, KK Hypno is actually a very unsettling song. Why is it unsettling? Well, if you take a listen to it, it's just the tone of it. It's very run down. It's very slowed down. It gives you that feeling of walking inside a house and then brutally axed family inside the house. It just gives you that feeling. This makes you walk in, and then the second you walk in, you just want to walk the fuck out. But that's what this song feels like. And here's a sample of that song. And what do you guys think of it? Now for number 8. This is a video game that you wouldn't expect this to be on the list most of the time because it features Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy. Yes, I am talking about Kingdom Hearts. And of course, in Birth by Sleep, there is a song in there that will kind of give you a bit of chills. It's where Venice fights his evil half, Unbreakable Chain. Of course, the first time you hear it, it's pretty unsettling, but the second time you face him, the moment when he means business, the song slows down to a point that it just seems like he's there to butcher you. And this is a song that is relatable to characters such as Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, Minnie Mouse, all those characters we know and love. This song right here is a sound of death. Take a listen to it. Let's see how you feel about it. So number 7. We all know Hideo Kojima. That brilliant bastard of his. He does so much for us, and you know what? I idolize him for the things he does. And of course, for his video game series Metal Gear Solid. Well, Metal Gear Solid 2, there was a moment, there's multiple moments in it, especially when you play as a sissy woman girl, or some of you call him that. You know, he's naked and cartwheeling and stuff like that. But anyways, there's a moment in there called Arsenal's Guts. Well, when you think of that name, it just sounds disgusting. But it's the moment when that song plays, very unsettling things happen. And this song in particular does not help that cause. Take a listen. We all love him. The green mustache machine. He sucks up ghosts and out there looking for his brother. The number 2 man. Oh yeah, it's Luigis Mansion. Now we think of the Super Mario series as all colorful and happy. Well, I will tell you that if you think that, play Luigi's Mansion, because that game scared me so much I had to have my own mother with me most of the time when I first played through that game. And I cried at the very end because holy crap, that was pretty much my first horror game. But what makes Luigi's Mansion very unsettling? Well, it is the dark hallways. It plays out throughout the whole entire game. But if you take a listen to the tone of it, even if you pause the game, it's still there. It's just the dark piano, the deep jazz to it is very unsettling. It makes you know that you're walking into someplace very dark, very dangerous, and you know you're going to be in yourself a very, very spooky time. Take a listen. We all heard this song before. I don't think there's a single person out there that hasn't. Well, if you're familiar with Pokemon. If you played the very first games, Red and Blue, I'm not talking about the remakes, Red and Blue holds the original unsettling version of Lavender Town. The song itself pretty much explains the town itself. It's the town of the dead. This is a town where you visit the graves and the death souls of Pokemon. Yes, this is the place where Pokemon go to die. And trainers visit this town to visit their dead friend. Just like going to a regular cemetery, you go to a friend that you once knew, now laying there dead. This is what Lavender Town was all about. And of course you have to face ghosts, but just the town itself is gray, It's dark, depressing, and yes, there's a moment when you talk to a girl and she says that there's a hand on your shoulder where there was nobody behind you. And this song plays throughout the whole entire time, and it itself is enough a heavy thing to carry on the shoulder of Lavender Town. But of course, if you haven't heard it, you lived in a cave, but I'll give you a 10-second sample of it. Now we are getting to the nitty-gritty of video games made for kids, but of course at the same time they want to traumatize these kids and never put them to sleep. You know what, this is part of the reason why kids don't sleep anymore, and this is why parents get a migraine. Well, it's moments like this, such as Super Mario 64, if you know where I'm getting to. Yes, I'm talking about the haunted house. Once you go to the haunted mansion of Super Mario 64 filled with booze and such, it's a pretty unsettling area, but it's the song itself is what makes it even more creepy. Now, do not get me started with the possessed piano trying to eat Mario. That's just too much. But of course, take a listen to this piece of music that I think would be considered the scariest piece of music in children's video game history. Now going to number 3, this is a song that many of you probably already heard over and over again because of my obsession with this song. Well, it has a reason for that, and I'm pretty sure some of you will probably understand why. The boss music of Sonic CD. Of course, if you listen to the original Japanese version, it's something you just want to go ahead and take a boogie of. But if you listen to the USA version, it sounds like Satan himself created this song specifically for you to face this boss. And it's very unsettling, especially for a Sonic game. This makes me want to go out to the headquarters of Sega, slam my hand on the desk, and I'll be thinking, what the fuck are you thinking? Because this song, especially with the Sonic CD hidden message, if you have not seen that, I did make a video of it. This song itself was enough to make me turn off my console and not play the game for a good month. Maybe a little more. But of course, take a listen to it if you never heard it. Okay, so number 2. This one is a little out of place, but I did also make a video about this just because it supports the level of the creepy factor. Some of you find it pretty cool, but some people like myself also found it pretty creepy. Actually, I have a little brother who played this level, and he did not want to go back, mostly because of the song. I'm talking about the SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rock Bottom. This is literally the music level of Silent Hill in SpongeBob form. And it's very unsettling, very creepy, and it's just a place that if you're a little kid and you go to Rock Bottom, this music blasts of how much of an unsettling place this is in the first place. I'm pretty sure it's understanding that it's pretty creepy, even with the level of children that could be playing this game. Here's a good sample of it. And of course, number 1. This one holds a very dear place in my heart. No, it's not because I love Silent Hill to death. No, it's not because I see it as the king of horror. And no, it's not because I'm just showing a bit of a bias part of it. Okay, maybe a little bit, but also due to the death of Silent Hill thanks to Konami. But this hits it very perfect. When you first play Silent Hill, especially for newbies out there, if you enter the world of Silent Hill, it throws you right into it. And your first encounter of the monsters until death starts playing. This is a song that really unnerves a lot of people. And this is your first encounter, and this is your welcome gate to Silent Hill. And this song itself explains the series as a whole. Take a listen to it. Well, boys and girls, that is my personal top 10 picks of scary music, and of course there's a lot of them out there. There's so many that I wanted to fit into this list, but I couldn't go over all of them. And maybe sometime I'll make a top 50. Maybe that will cover most of my favorites. But until now, this is Halloween, guys. I don't want to keep you guys all waiting too much. Go out there, have fun, go trick-or-treating, do whatever it is that you like to do for Halloween, and please, be safe out there. As for me, well, I have a pumpkin to carve. So, take care, guys, and have a good one.